Alam mo ba na kung ano yung kinakain ng parents natin can also affect our health even before we're born? Totoo to ah. And if our parents don't eat healthy food, it can make us sick right from the start. Hello guys! Today we're talking about Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder or also known as ADHD. Ano nga ba to? Kapag makulit ba yung isang tao, may ADHD na? So, ADHD is like when your brain has trouble focusing and staying calm, especially when kids are in school. It can make things challenging for families because school can be tough, right? Even though schools are trying to help, some problems like low test scores and school dropouts still happen a lot. So, malaking factor pala yung ADHD sa performance ng kids sa school, no? Pero ano ba yung mga causes nito? ADHD can cause by things happening both inside and outside the person, and external factors like family problems or school challenges can make it tough. Internal factors naman is about how our body works, and sometimes our chemicals aren't balanced right, which can change how we act. And para mas maintindihan natin lahat, let's break down the causes. And first, and often overlooked, are biochemical imbalances. And what we eat can impact how we feel and behave. Health professionals discovered that certain vitamins and minerals can improve mental health, like B vitamins reducing confusion and tiredness. Also, removing foods like sugar and additives can help some kids with ADHD feel better and behave more calmly. Hindi lang yan. Important rin na malaman kung ano yung mga toxic metals na nakaka-affect sa atin, especially sa mga kids. So, next factors are toxic metals. Sometimes, harmful things like lead and mercury can get into our bodies and makes us act strangely. Kahit alam na natin to, we don't always check for these harmful substances. Other metals like cadmium and copper can also affect our behaviors and cause us to do negative things. Since not everyone is familiar with these metals, we might not always get tested for them. But don't worry, we've got a solution. You can take the HTMA test to check for mineral imbalances. So magiging aware na tayo kung mataas ba or mababa ang levels ng toxic metals natin sa katawan. Amazing, di ba? But hey, hindi natin kailangan matakot. May pangontra tayo dyan. Kung may kailangan tayong iwasan, may kailangan din tayong i-maintain or dagdagan. And the third factor are mineral and vitamin. Our bodies need things like calcium, magnesium, and zinc to work well. But sometimes, kids with ADHD don't have enough of this. So, alam naman na natin yung sagot, di ba? Taking extra calcium and magnesium can help us feel calmer and better. Like when we get a comforting hug when we're stressed. Talaga namang taking care of our body's needs is really important for how we feel and act. And the fourth factor to consider is the negative impact of sugar addiction. Sometimes, we blame our wild behavior on sugar. And they say that eating too much sugar can make them act crazy and, well, pwedeng tama naman. When our blood sugar gets really low, it can make us do things we wouldn't normally do. And let me tell you an interesting story. Years ago in San Francisco, something shocking happened. The city mayor was killed, causing a lot of fear and worry. The person who did it was put on a trial. And during the trial, they said something surprising. They blamed their behavior on low blood sugar level. They claimed that they weren't in control because of a condition called hypoglycemia, where blood sugar levels are too low. They said that this made them do bad things and that they shouldn't be blamed for the murder. You can search Twinkie Defense to know more about this story. Crazy, right? So yes, sugar can mess with our brain. And if we eat too much of it, it can make us feel out of control. And the fifth factor, which is quite controversial, is that some people are born sick. But how? Alam mo ba na kung ano yung kinakain ng parents natin can also affect our health even before we're born? Totoo to ah. And if our parents don't eat healthy food, it can make us sick right from the start. There are some places where they make sure to give special foods to moms-to-be. So their babies are born healthy. But hindi lahat gumagawa nito. Kaya sobrang important for moms and dads to eat well even before they have kids. And next up, sixth factor is self-medication. Sometimes when kids get sick, they take medicine to feel better. Alam mo ba na some medicines can make things worse, lalo na kung nagsa-self-meditate lang tayo? It's true. Like antibiotics, they can upset our stomach and makes us feel sick even after we stop taking them. When we don't feel good, it can affect how we behave and learn. So, ingat. And next, fast metabolism. Sometimes, when a person has a super fast metabolism, which means their bodies work really quickly. Diba maganda yon? But not all the time. Many children with ADHD have a specific mineral pattern called fast oxidizers. This means their bodies have low levels of calcium and magnesium but high levels of sodium and potassium, as seen in the mineral analysis. So this pattern is linked to thyroid and adrenal glands working too hard. Fast metabolism can lead to a short attention span, being very irritable, and sometimes acting aggressively. Mahirap yun ah. There are things we can do to help kids with ADHD, like giving them foods to slow down their metabolism or making sure that they have quiet time to relax. And last but not the least, burnout. Yes, normally, yung mga young children are considered fast oxidizers. But nowadays, we're seeing more children with slow oxidation or a pattern known as for low electrolyte. But hey, let's not get too caught up in these terms. This pattern simply indicate exhaustion, even at a young age. And despite seeming energetic, these children may develop ADHD and related issues because they're actually exhausted, showing nervous energy. They may not be as healthy as they seem, often showing imbalances like toxic metals in their mineral tests. However, when their body chemistry is balanced, their learning and concentration often improve. But paano nga ba natin mai-improve? Nandito na tayo sa exciting part. Treating ADHD isn't just about taking medicine. Alright, so what can we do to help these kids with learning or behavior issues? Well, as we always say, prevention is key. Huwag na nating hintayin lumala pa. So sa mga moms-to-be and potential moms, listen up. Sobrang mahalaga yung next kong sasabihin. Start eating healthy now and quit smoking if you smoke. And consider getting your body chemistry checked. So this is super important kasi because it takes time to get everything in balance before we even think about having a baby. And sa mga dads dyan, hindi rin tayo dapat magpakampante. You're not off the hook either. Remember, genetic stuff get passed down from both parents. Now, if you already have a child with a learning behavior disorder, don't worry. There's still a lot we can do to help. Feed your child lots of fresh, natural foods and try to avoid anything with added sugar. Even yung mga fruit juices and fruit can also be a problem for some kids. Skip nyo na rin yung mga junk food and soda, hindi talaga yan nakakatulong sa atin to grow strong. And watch out for too many starchy foods ha, they can mess with our blood sugar. Attention din kayo sa mga food additives ha, they might be the sneaky culprits behind behavior issues. And if you're not sure what's bothering your child, try mo mag-journal to see if there are any patterns. And hey, don't forget about individualized nutritional plans. Sometimes kasi, a few changes to what we eat can make a big difference in how we feel and behave. So here's the bottom line. Many persons with ADHD have underlying nutritional issues such as deficiencies in essential vitamins and minerals, excessive exposure to toxins, or a diet in junk food. While medicine and supplements can aid with behavior, they may not address the underlying problem. And sometimes, simply changing our diet and ensuring internal health can make a significant difference. Let's prioritize getting our nutrition right and helping kids lead happy, healthy lives. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can also comment below with your thoughts. For more health information, visit our website getbetter.ph.